Welcome to the Smoothforest podcast. I am Lamar, your host, and I have the pleasure to introduce Bravo to the podcast. Now, Bravo is an engineer turned personal trainer, a performance enhancement specialist, online coach who resides in the beautiful country of Panama, a top-notch content creator who sometimes doubles as too saucy during his training sessions, and a solution oriented person who is comfortable being uncomfortable. Bravo, how you doing today, sir?
What's going on, man? That introduction was lit.
That's it, man. And let me just say this because I met you last year, but I actually spoke to you this year at Ebony Fit Weekend, and I did a class with Heat DP versus Philly Charged Up Philly Wheaton, and then I did your class, which is Dallas versus Houston, and Too Saucy actually did the class, and let me tell you,
Yes.
I've been in fitness for a long time, and I was worn out. And I was worn out. Too Saucy came and he trained for real, and that leads me to my first question. You're clearly knowledgeable in fitness, okay? You've
Yeah.
been doing it for a long time. You know what you're doing. You know how to teach a class and really get the most out of everyone. So I'm gonna ask you a 2 point question. The 2 point question is, since you've been doing for so long, I looked at your profile. You actually dedicate a lot of time to newbies.
Yeah.
And I also know, and you correct me if I'm wrong, newbies are also the hardest to motivate. So, due to your level of skill, why don't you just say, you know what? Let someone else deal with the newbies. I'm experienced. Let someone else deal with the newbies, and I'm gonna focus on the higher level of individuals looking to get to that next level.
Man, like that's a great question, but like, bro, I've tried to walk away from the beginners. Like I
Mm-hmm.
started off wanting to be with the beginners because, like you say, I'm knowledgeable. I got skin in the game. Let me go to the more advanced individuals, people who are more consistent, more reliable to go to follow through with a program. And man, it's so hard to do it because it's
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like I'm leaving people behind,
Mm.
and like I want to help them so bad. I have such a desire for them to experience what life is like being healthy, increasing their
Yeah.
quality of life, mentally, physically,
Yes.
spiritually, emotionally. It's all can be achieved through physical fitness. And so it's
Yes.
like it pulls on my heart. Like if I only thought about money, I would be like deuces to y'all. But it was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
like when I look at it, and plus coming from Louisiana, born and raised in New Orleans, I have a
Okay.
obese family. So when I
Mm-hmm.
look at my family, I'm like, yo, if I can't help them, let me try to help someone else's family member that can give them some longevity for life. So
Good point.
that's why I cannot leave them alone.
Good point. Good point. And your page, your IG page is clean. Like it's a legit. If I was a newbie, if I was just new to fitness and I saw your page, I would be hooked right there because one, it shows the before and after pictures, and there's a quote or there's a statement you said. You said, "Welcome beginners. Time to improve the quality of your life mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally through fitness." So if I'm a newbie and I read that and I saw the before and after pictures, I'd be like, all right, where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? That's just motivating, you know? And then
Yeah,
in
I think that's
addition
the
to
message
that,
I want to give.
yeah, yeah. And in addition to that, you're doing on your IG, you're doing videos of workouts you can do without being in the gym. That's ideal for the newbies. So it's like it behooves every newbie to be like, let me go to Bravo Fit's page, look at it,
It's
and maybe sign up because it's legit stuff.
It's man, and it's made for people to be like, okay, I could be alone. I can go outdoors, get some fresh air. I always recommend people get outdoors, like get out of the elements and your comfortability of being inside of a box or with AC.
Yes,
Get outdoors. So
yes.
like, man, I'm just trying to impact the mindset of them, which is such a challenge.
It's not easy. It's not easy, but you're doing it.
Facts.
This staying motivated. So that's some good stuff. Uh, when it comes to dieting, okay, so I know dieting is a big part of it as well. A lot of people say you can outwork. a bad diet. Okay. And and so my question to you is, some people are fans of intermittent fasting. Some people are fans of OMAD, which stands for one meal a day. How do you feel about it? And are there either one that you choose to deal with, to follow?
I'm a big fan of both because I believe that
Okay.
if you're not going to be consistently working out, going hard, like say someone like you, someone like me, like in a gym multiple times a week for an hour or plus, you don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be
Mm-hmm.
consuming food all throughout the day. You don't need to
True.
have breakfast. Like before we talked about like breakfast is nothing but you breaking your fast. So you
Yes.
need to
Yes.
stop eating so your body can
Mm-hmm.
digest your food. So the one meal a day, I'm a big fan of because if you're someone, a beginner, a newbie, one meal a day is great for you. I'm trying to get my mother on this one meal a day so bad because she just had surgery yesterday. And I'm like, Mom, you
Okay.
have to lose the weight. Stop
Yes.
eating. Stop thinking that you
Yes.
need food. Eat one meal a day. You may think you're hungry, but your body has enough fat stored away that it can break down and use that. And then you lose the weight, you know? And so for
Yes.
myself,
Yes.
I'm a huge big of fasting. I to let all my beginners, I make them do a 1 week fast, like you fast for 3 days, and then you only eat fruit for 2 days. And then well, they
Mm-hmm.
have like a drink. I allow them to drink so they can have some nutrients and minerals come into their body, and then it's just
Okay.
fruit, and then they follow a meal plan, and it's only 2 meals a day because for some reason in the mindset of our fellow beginners, it's it's a reason they just cannot get over that. I can only eat once. I can only eat twice. You know, like we've been so
Mm-hmm.
conditioned that we have to eat, consume, consume,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that puts us in a position where we fighting ourselves all the time when it comes to consuming food. So I'm doing a fast, which probably sometime this month. 21 days,
Okay.
bro. I'm not going to eat
Nice.
any food 21
Wow.
days.
Wow.
And it's primarily
Wow.
because I want a higher spiritual elevation, right? When you don't
Okay.
consume
Okay.
food, your brain works totally different, right? Food
Mm-hmm.
actually blocks a lot of the chemical flows with our brain. And so it's like if you're always working on trying to consume and break down food, yes, your body only really needs one meal a day. You feel me? If you're not going hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed to be for fuel. And I'm like, I'm going to just fast and meditate for 21 days, bro. I'm probably going to start
Nice.
it this week or next week. And so it's going
Nice.
to be, I'm going to document it, be a journey.
Nice. Nice. Fasting is just phenomenal for the body.
Yeah,
I've done some research on it, and it's just really good. It helps just purify the body. It cleanses the body. You get rid of a lot of all the bad stuff in the body.
yeah,
Just settles in the fat, in the fat of the
exactly.
body. If you can clear that fat out, then it really helps a lot. So I'm actually gonna do a cleanse slash fast. I'm looking at alkaline high foods, high alkaline uh foods. So I'm just gonna see how that goes. So
Yeah,
that
once you
that's
started, bro, you
definitely
gotta finish it
beneficial.
strong. You once you
Have
started, you
to
gotta
finish
go
it.
strong, bro.
I think I'm gonna do 2 weeks. I think I'm
Okay,
gonna do 2 weeks.
that's what's up.
I think I'm gonna do 2 weeks, a super clean diet, and I'm see how that goes. Uh, you made a statement. All right, you made a statement, and I think this statement is in reference to beginners. And you said, set goals so large that the person you are right now is incapable of reaching them. That's a
Yes.
big statement. Now, what do you mean by that?
So at like think about it for you and I. Say you have a goal you want to achieve, right? Say you want to become this person,
Okay.
right? When we set goals in a mindset of like, can I achieve this? Right? No, that's too small. It's
Mm-hmm.
too vague. It's not big enough. It's not going to
Okay.
challenge you to evolve into a better individual. So you have to set a
Mm-hmm.
goal so large that it almost frightens you, right? And so it's like, man,
Mm.
you start to doubt, like, can I accomplish this? But once you set the goal, it's so big, you start to take on habits and different thought processes, start taking different actions where you start to move in a way that the person that can achieve that goal, that's who you're becoming. And it allows you to actually make a decision. Do you really want this goal? because now you're going to start making
Mm.
sacrificing time, sacrificing people,
Yes.
sacrificing
Yes.
decisions, things that you want to
Mm-hmm.
do, the fun things or whatnot. Isolating yourself to really get yourself on thinking, can I become this individual? What do I need to learn? You have to think about your
Mm-hmm.
obstacles and your unknowns. That's what setting a goal so big that the person you are right now is can't achieve it, because you have to evolve into a better being to achieve that goal, and you
Mm-hmm.
become a better person that you
Okay.
can appreciate in the long haul as well.
Yes, yes, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I definitely agree. That's big, and there's more reasons for newbies to be like, I like what he's saying. It's just going to get them where they need to go. Like
Yeah.
if they follow you, yeah, they can get you. They're gonna get where they need to go.
It's that
That's
fear.
important.
We have that fear, a lot of beginners, because it's like we have such an emotional attachment to who we are right now and our past habits,
Mm-hmm.
is that we don't want to let
Mm-hmm.
those habits go because we feel like that's our identity, right? And so
Yeah.
we
True.
try to fit this goal that we want to achieve into the person that we are right now, which is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Because like to get to
Mm-hmm.
get away people in those habits that you have, you have to develop new habits, right? You have to find out who
Yes.
you are,
Yes.
and no, that's what I'm just trying to get people to see. You feel me? Like only way you could create that goal, achieve that goal, is becoming that new person, and also we build a plan to make that goal impossible to fail. You know?
Yes. Yes. I like it. I like it. So we spoke about programs for newbies, and a lot of your stuff is good for newbies. But you also did, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the May 100 mile, or was it the
Yeah.
June 100 mile?
Yeah, it was in May. Brian actually did 100 miles in June as well. The May, June,
Nice,
it was
nice.
started by my boy Vic, Motivation 7 on IG. He started this a cut. I
Okay.
think, Brian, it was like, man, it was like during COVID, and we did 100 miles
Mm-hmm.
in May. And so he keeps it going every year. And so this year I was like, you know what? Let me go and get back. I always want to push myself, challenge myself. Can I do more?
Okay.
As I age, like, can I still do what I did years prior?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
man, I got out there
Mm-hmm.
doing it, and it really flipped the switch on me. And I said, man, I got to get this going. And I'm a competitor. So I was like, I need to get this
Mm-hmm.
done
Mm-hmm.
first. I need to be first. And they
Okay.
had this
Okay.
lady on there, man. She was killing it, bro. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, what is
Nice,
she doing that
nice.
like
Yeah.
she's right here. So man, one day I just went so hard, bro. I went 16 miles in one day, bro. I felt like I was gonna die.
Wow.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. I did one time I was telling episode 1 of this podcast, I was talking to a former military
Yeah.
guy who got injured in the military. He left the military, he gained 75 pounds
Wow.
and became an avid runner. So I told him a story that I was in Miami once, and we all know when you're in Panama, so it's beautiful. But as a New Yorker, going to Miami and seeing the palm trees, the beautiful everything, I was like, I felt like running, and I just really enjoyed a nice running session. So I ran about, I think, 8 miles, and for someone who's more into weightlifting than distance
Yeah.
running, uh, those 8 miles beat my knees up. They were, they were, it was, oh man, I regretted it, but at the same time, it felt
Yeah.
good. It felt good being out there, being on the boardwalk, running, doing all that stuff. I think it's great for the
Yeah.
body, but you have to build up to it, and you doing 100 mile challenges. You're building up to
Yeah.
it. I mean, you can handle the 16 miles. That's a lot, but your body can condition is a lot more
I used to
conditionable.
hate
So you can
running.
do what
I
you
used to
do.
hate running, bro. Like I got into running, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, because of one of my frat brothers, man. He actually passed away last year from
Mm-hmm.
leukemia. I
I'm
got
sorry to hear
appreciated.
that. Yeah.
I was like, man, you know what? He like, man, I'll get these miles and we'll run to the gym and run back. But I never like did nothing
Mm-hmm.
long. And so it was then I slowly started getting into running. And then when he passed away last year, I was like, you know what? I always run like a 10K or 15K probably once a year. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to do 6 miles every time I run in his honor. So, bro, I literally
Okay.
did that like 3 times. I do 18 miles a week and sometimes more. And so every time I run, it has to be six
Nice.
miles.
Nice.
And so I was like, I'm not running unless it's six
Nice.
miles. And then if I want to do more, it got to be an equivalent, a multiple of six. So it's like I gotta be on my 6 mile.
So you go to 12
Yeah,
and
so
yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
The day I did the
Nice.
16, bro, I was trying to get 18, bro. I just do it. I just didn't do it. So
It's
bro,
a
it was a
lot.
lot. So it's
Yeah.
like, so now with that, it's like that's my motivation. Like, hey, I'm getting out here, I'm going to run. And then, like you say, like being in Miami, the palm trees, when you in good climate weather, bro, whoo, bro, it's
Yes.
amazing outside. You
You
just
just want
want
to
to be
go.
out there. Like, I'm going to run today, bro. Like, look, trust me,
Mm-hmm.
soon as we out of here,
Nice.
I'm going to hit the miles, bro.
Yeah. Nice. 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 That's what it do it. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that. It's just beautiful. And what I also like is for folks who are really into fitness, and I've been in fitness for like 20 plus years, I try to incorporate every area of fitness. Like, so I don't want to just be known as the guy who can lift or the guy who can swim. I want to be the guy who can lift, the guy who can swim, the guy who can run, the guy who can do
yeah,
everything. Just because it is fitness and there's so much in it. Just I try to embrace
yeah.
all of it. So
It's a
it's
must.
phenomenal. So it is. Just do everything you can. Just get in the best shape, eat clean, all the good stuff. It just pays
Facts,
off. It really
facts.
pays off. So let me ask you this question here. Okay, so you have your programs, you're training a lot of individuals. So the question is, can someone who has no self motivation be successful even if they follow, your program? Can they still be successful if they have no self dedication, no self motivation?
I would say they can be successful if they don't have motivation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've trained individuals who don't have motivation. They can be successful. It's harder, it takes longer because I gotta keep revving them up. Now, the difference is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can they be disciplined, right? If they lack the
Okay.
discipline, there's absolutely no way they will be successful. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Without discipline, man, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
lack focus, you're gonna lack execution, you're gonna lack taking action. You're gonna lack consistency. Your desire is gonna fade away. I
Mm-hmm.
have these four pillars, man: action, belief, consistency, discipline. And if you're missing the motivation, you can't have it. But if you're lacking that discipline, man, you won't take any of those other pillars serious. Because without the discipline in it,
Oh,
man,
wow.
you are basically just someone who's just gambling. You're just throwing shit at the wind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because in your mind, you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get here, but I'm not gonna really take it seriously, right? If I tell you, hey, go do these push-ups
Okay.
today, go for a walk for 20 minutes a day, if you don't have the discipline to do it, like if you're motivated to
Mm-hmm.
do it, but you're just like, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow though, because like you're not doing it. Like, oh, you might say I'm going to do it, but I'm only going to do it for 5 minutes, right? I'm motivated to go walk, but I'm gonna go walk for
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes. But
Okay.
he said 20 minutes, and you can't be disciplined to follow a plan, to follow instructions. There's no way you can be successful. It's just
Mm.
like having a job. If your employer tells you, hey, you want to hit a bonus? I need you to hit these numbers this year. Man, people are so money
Mm-hmm.
driven, they gonna crush them numbers so fast it just to hit that bonus. But when it comes to your health, that hey
True.
man, you want to live longer, you want to feel better, you want a better quality of life in all areas. Hey, I need you to eat
Mm-hmm.
these foods for the next 21 days. I need you to consume this much water for the next 21 days. I need you to avoid going out and eating processed food for the next 21 days. Bro, you could say 7 days, and most people, 80+% of people will
Mm-hmm.
fail. That's the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic that we deal with because it's really not everyone's motivated because they have the desire, but no one's disciplined
Mm-hmm.
to change their behavior. So that's the difference right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, and it's tough to build that discipline. You have to really
Yeah,
work at it to get to that level of
yeah.
discipline needed to get to the goals that you're looking for. So
It's a
that's
transformation of your
that's
mental.
key.
Like
That's key.
bro, it's really I heard this thing on a podcast, bro, and it blew my mind. I can't forget. Like this was literally like over the weekend, and the guy he said, man, no one
Okay.
sells you, no one. There's no concrete evidence that everyone's going to become that a caterpillar is going to become a butterfly. There's no concrete evidence because
Mm.
it's many
Mm.
caterpillars. Think about it. I was a kid. I used to smash them, bro. I, I'm sorry about that nature,
Yeah.
but so it's like I was like, yo, like when he said it, I thought about it. At a caterpillar that pricked my hand on a playground, man, I tore that caterpillar up. And I was like, yo, there's no
Hmm.
concrete evidence that all caterpillars become butterflies. And I look at that as in life. It's like because a caterpillar must make its way. They fall off the tree or whatever, and then they have to get back to the tree, find a place, and to
Hmm.
create this cocoon, to go in this cocoon and develop itself. Inside of a cocoon, it's isolated,
Okay.
right? It's not doing anything it was doing
Hmm.
as it when it
Hmm.
was a caterpillar. It's going through a transformation physically, mentally, emotionally. If a
Mm.
caterpillar has emotions, right? It's moving differently. And so it's no guarantee that people, beginners, newbies, are going to become healthy and fit, even though they all have the desire, the want to become healthy, fit, live
Mm.
longevity, get the attention from the opposite sex or the same sex, who knows what. But it's like, you got to think about that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everyone's not willing to do what it takes to go to that tree, isolate themselves, and get in a
Yeah.
cocoon and evolve their mindset to be like, you know what? I'm going to make the decision where I'm not consuming that today. I'm not going out there today. I'm not going to sit on the couch and watch TV for the next 4 hours. I'm going to get active. No one's willing to go into the cocoon, bro. So
That's
it's
true.
like, that's what we got to deal with.
And that's the truth. And your statement just reminded me of 2019. 2019, I did a bodybuilding show, men's physique, and I started at maybe like 220, dropped down to about 211, 212. It's not a big drop. It's a big drop if my percentage of fat wasn't high from the get go. So that's why that 8 pounds
Yeah.
was a lot for me to drop. But in number wise, it's still not a lot. And my diet was so strict, and my 2 a days in the gym was so strict that, and I did it at that time. I just separated myself from everyone. It was just me. I kept everyone around me so I can completely focus on reaching
Uh,
that goal. So with that said, let me ask you, how hard is it to do when you have a significant other who may not be on the same goal, the same mind as you, and they like to have their snacks, they like to have their cookies, their cakes in the same house as you. That makes it 45 times harder. How is there any way you think you can kind of get around that, or what do
so,
you
like,
think?
man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Without unity in a cohesive environment, bro, it's going to fail. Because I know people have done it, but I've heard so
Yeah.
many relationships create these problems because the mindset shift. I've had clients, man, especially when I have female clients who are trying to like drop baby weight, trying to get back in shape, man, their husbands be like they want to eat pizza, they want to eat burgers, they want to take the kids out to fast food spots,
Yeah.
and there's no support there. So the women start to feel like he's not supporting me. So now I have to do double of the support because now
Mm.
she's feeling like she's tempted because he's making it harder, and it creates a division. And so and
Yes.
when it from
Yes.
the male's point of
Yes.
view, it's like, hey yo, like this is what I'm doing. It's easy for us to like to just isolate somebody out and just focus on the goal because we aren't as so emotionally
Yes.
attached to things. So we like, yo, I'm doing this. You either gonna get on board or like don't say nothing, right? So it's like for
True.
and when a
Very true.
significant other, and this is, hey, people have done it, but if your significant other isn't on the same mindset of like, hey, this is your goal, so I'm going to support the goal and do it with you as well. I may not be going as hard as you, so I'm going to eat something I want to eat outside of you, like where you won't see it, where you won't feel the temptation
Yes.
so intensely. And so, but if your
Yes.
partner isn't like me, I only
Yes.
date fit chicks, bro. Only date fit chicks. Like people are like,
Okay.
bro,
That's
it's about
important.
what's on the inside. No, it's not. It's about your mindset. I don't care
You're
how you
right.
are, or what type of
You're
person you
right.
are on the inside. Because if you're not on track with my goals, like you're going to be a distraction, right? You're gonna hinder my progress and my
Very
success.
true.
You're gonna make me put my attention on things that I
Very
don't want
true.
them to be on. Because why do I have to think about, yo, like why is she eating that? Like I can't date obese people because it doesn't feel right and it doesn't look right. Because I'm like, yo, I can help you, but you can't do nothing
Yes.
for me because I want the same thing that I'm giving, something that looks good to look at. It's like so. It's like that.
Yes.
That's
I
a
agree.
real iffy subject to talk about as well because I said I was going to talk about that more, like dating. like people dating as far as like you need to get with someone who's like trying to be fit if you want to be fit, or someone who's like cool with just like not being active. Be date someone who's not active, because you
Hmm.
need to have a partner that's more in alignment with what your habits are, right? You don't have to have the exact same habits, but you have to be with someone who is in alignment with what you are interested in. And if they're not interested in fitness, bro, or like challenging themselves to be better in any aspect, if it's only just money that's drives them, like you might want to just choose a different partner. You feel me? Because if fitness isn't a goal,
Well, yeah. Well, well said. Well said. If your goal is in a lot of relationships, uh, folks just they just gain weight in the relationship just because the activities they're doing is okay. Let's sit down, watch this series or TV. Let's get some food. Let's eat the food. Let's do this. Let's enjoy. This is good quality time. And but it's really not beneficial for the health for the person. It's just not
no.
beneficial. So you need everyone has to be on goal. Everyone has to be on the
Yes.
same page. Like we're gonna do this. We're gonna motivate each other. We can hold each other accountable for what we want to do. We can reach that goal, and then we can go
And
on
look great,
vacation
bro.
and look great
It
and
be
look
the
great
group, be the
and
couple
feel
that
great.
people want aspire to be. You feel me? Like, why wouldn't you want to be
Yes,
that? Like that
yes,
feeling is amazing. When you got a baddie with you, and it's like everybody looking at like the women looking
yes,
at you and her, like,
yes,
damn, I wish I had him. But they're like, damn, I can't look like her. Dude's like,
yes.
ooh, he got him a baddie, but of course he would. Look at him. You know, it matches. You feel me? So yeah, bro.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. Bravo. I appreciate you being on the podcast. And I think we're gonna end on that. We're gonna end on the note of
Yeah.
teamwork. Teamwork. If you have a significant other, have that person hold you accountable. You do the same for that person. Eat clean. It's a team project to become a better, healthier, fit you, to prolong your life, prolong a happy, healthy life,
Facts,
all of that
man.
good stuff. Okay? B- Definitely. Before you leave, Bravo, I need you to let everyone know how they can contact you. So
Oh
whatever
man, you can
platform you
check me
use,
out on my
please.
website, www.bravo.fit. Not .com, .fit. Also on Instagram, _bravo.fit handles on that handles on on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Bravo against obesity. Still trying to be there for the beginners. Bravo against obesity. Hit me up if you have any questions or anything. Book a free consultation. I'm here to help you and to serve you. Gina.
There you go. And Jam, before you leave, since you said it, we spoke briefly about Jam. And can you just break down Jam because we was going to
All
go, but you,
right,
you
so
just said we
JAM
have to.
JAM is an acronym, bro, that started like from college. It was just like I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. It was like us some friends just talking about it, and we needed like just jam, right? And so when I walked away from corporate, I was like, yo, I'm gonna start making these videos. Like I need something catchy, something that's gonna like stand out. And I was like, how can I end these videos off? And I was like, you know what, jam. I would jump in with the punch, and then I was like, I need to end it off, so I would end off with jam. And
Okay.
then I was like people around Dallas were like, "You the jam guy," and I'm like, "I yeah." And so a girl asked me, she's like, "What does it mean?" I was like, "Oh, I just
Yeah.
jam, just like an expression." Like she was like, "It should mean something because like you said a lot, and it's like I think it would be dope if it meant something." I was like, "Well, if it would mean anything, it would mean just the movement." And she was like, "I like it," and I was like, "Just the movement can change your life. Just the movement can save your life. And if you do any type of movement on a daily basis, whether it
Yes.
be for like
Yes.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes." Any movement can help improve you towards the progression of your goal. So, and that's what JAM stands for.
Yes. Definitely. I like it. I like it.
Appreciate
Bravo.
it.
Keep doing your thing. Everyone who is into fitness, who's trying to get into fitness, everyone please check out Bravo's page. She has phenomenal information. Once again, thank you for being on a Smoothforest podcast. We definitely should do a project down the road
We
and
will.
and
Don't
and
worry.
go from there.
Thanks for
All
having
right.
me, bro.
So, sounds
All
good.
right, bro.
All
Jam.
right, man. Take care.